guys instructions. I want to just remind you, please listen and follow my requests at all times.
He's the enemy here. Does not come into fights. He's walking him down now. He's looking for he's got to be ready.
In a fight that transcended weight classes and expectations, Canelo Alvarez and Terence "Bud" Crawford delivered a modern classic that boxing fans will talk about for generations.
As educated fights, Canelo will have to cut off the ring.
The venue was the sold-out T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, buzzing with anticipation as the two pound-for-pound kings made their way to the ring.
Golovkin is a big champ. He's not.
He's a little more relaxed on his feet.
On one side stood Canelo, the proud Mexican warrior, known for his granite chin, crushing body shots, and experience across 4 weight divisions.
Takes the left hand and then comes in and is shoved around.
On the other stood Crawford, the slick and cerebral switch hitter from Omaha, Nebraska, riding the momentum of his dominant victory over Errol Spence Jr. and aiming to conquer yet another division.
Not for $10.
From the opening bell, it was clear this wasn't going to be a walk in the park for either man. Crawford came out in a southpaw stance, using his jab and lateral movement to keep Canelo guessing.
Nearly floored him there on the bell of a dump.
His timing was impeccable, landing clean counters while slipping Canelo's signature hooks. The first few rounds were all Bud. His speed, precision, and footwork had the larger Canelo swinging at air.
The action.
Left. He's having his best round of the night.
Yes, he is.
The crowd gasped in the third round when Crawford snapped Canelo's head back with a 3-punch combination that echoed through the arena.
All that centering on the relationship of trainer to fighter. That timing came forward.
But Canelo is no stranger to adversity. By the 5th round, he began to find his rhythm, closing the distance and landing thudding shots to Crawford's midsection.
It's Canelo.
I got nothing to say to that.
There's a right hand.
The bodywork was vintage Canelo, and it started to pay dividends as Crawford's movement slowed ever so slightly. Round 6 saw the tide began to turn. Canelo pinned Crawford against the ropes and unloaded a barrage that drew a roar from the crowd.
And Bud nailed him. Right hook.
26-0-14. There's a big right.
While Crawford slipped many of the punches, a few got through, and for the first time, Bud looked uncomfortable. The middle rounds were a war. Crawford fired sharp counters while Canelo stalked forward, cutting off the ring and applying relentless pressure.
It's not because he's losing or thinks he's losing, getting caught with a lot of this.
Both men had their moments, Crawford with his speed and accuracy, and Canelo with his power and timing. In the 8th round, a thunderous left hook from Canelo buckled Crawford's knees, but Bud responded with a flush uppercut that stunned the Mexican champion in return. Neither man backed down, and the exchanges grew more vicious as the fight wore on.
Right hand. Left cross. We'll try to hurt him here. Another big right hand.
Entering the championship rounds, the scorecards were too close to call. Crawford, despite being the smaller man, showed incredible grit, fighting off the ropes and outlanding Canelo with sharp counters. Canelo, undeterred, kept marching forward, investing in the body and looking for that one shot to change the fight.
What do you see?
Round 11 featured one of the most dramatic moments. Both fighters exchanged heavy blows in the center of the ring, and the crowd was on its feet, witnessing greatness unfold. As the final bell rang, both fighters embraced in a moment of mutual respect, their faces swollen and bodies battered. The judges' scorecards read 114, 113 Crawford, 115, 113 Canelo, and 113 for Terence Crawford.
Last round from Bud Crawford. That was the signature punch of that second round.
The split decision victory went to Bud, who collapsed to his knees in emotion. The result was immediately met with both cheers and controversy. Many felt it could have gone either way. But one thing was certain: boxing had just witnessed one of its greatest battles, and fans were already begging for a rematch. What made this fight so electrifying wasn't just the outcome, it was the clash of two vastly different but equally elite skill sets. Canelo Alvarez brought into the ring years of experience against top-tier opposition. His ability to remain composed under fire, read opponents, and break them down methodically is almost unmatched. His head movement, often underrated, allowed him to slip punches with subtle shifts, conserving energy while staying within range to counter. But it's his bodywork that defines his style. Few fighters in modern boxing invest in the body like Canelo. With thudding hooks and uppercuts to the ribs and liver, he wears opponents down over time, stealing their legs and forcing mistakes. Canelo's strength lies not just in power, but in his ring IQ. He's a master of timing, able to throw with precision rather than volume. Even when facing faster fighters, his ability to anticipate and capitalize on the smallest openings makes him incredibly dangerous. Against Crawford, he demonstrated just how calculated his pressure can be, never rushing, always stalking, setting traps with feints and foot positioning.
Canelo was 23 with 43 fights and 30 knockouts, and the world said he was inexperienced. I was 36 with 40-something fights, and to tell you the truth, I was over the hill.
The way he cut off the ring, forcing Crawford into uncomfortable exchanges, was textbook. And yet, despite all his advantages in size and strength, Crawford was able to meet him at every level. That's because Terence Crawford is one of the most complete fighters the sport has seen in decades. His ability to switch stances fluidly, moving from orthodox to southpaw, kept Canelo off balance all night. Bud's ring generalship is second to none. He controls the pace of a fight, not with brute force, but with angles, movement, and psychological warfare.
Come on! Yeah, get it! 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 Get it! Come on! Yeah, come on, work! Yeah!
He reads opponents like a chess master, adjusting round by round. His punches may not always be the most powerful, but they're sharp, accurate, and timed to perfection. Against Canelo, his footwork was crucial, darting in and out, turning Canelo constantly, never allowing him to plant his feet for too long. Crawford also has one of the most underrated mental games in boxing. He's calm, focused, and thrives under pressure. He doesn't just fight with his fists, he fights with his brain.
Oh, I said shoulder body!
No, you're lying.
The way he adapted to Canelo's body shots, using upper body movement and clever pivots to create space, was brilliant. And when the heat turned up, he didn't back away. He welcomed the war. He showed grit, durability, and a champion's heart. That's what made this bout special. Not just the skills, but the resilience both men displayed. Ultimately, what fans witnessed was not just a physical battle, but a war of styles, a high-level chess match wrapped in violence. Canelo, the powerful tactician who systematically breaks opponents down. Crawford, the elusive genius who adapts on the fly and strikes with deadly accuracy. Two fighters at the top of their craft, representing different philosophies of boxing, brought together for one unforgettable night. The debate will rage on, Was Crawford too slick? Was Canelo robbed? Who really won the mental battle? But no matter the perspective, this fight proved that when elite skill meets elite will, the result is magic. And with talk of a potential rematch already swirling, the boxing world may get the answers it craves, and maybe, just maybe, another instant classic.